routine is going to be as a stretch. But one of the old guy yoga guys wrote me and said, hey, this is a great routine. It's worth a retake because the microphone quality was horrible in that October session. So let's get started today in a comfortable seated position. Whether the legs are out in front of you or crossed in front of you, it does not matter. Just make sure you're able to sit up straight and comfortably. Start with your hands just down on your knees and take a deep breath in. Let it out. Bring your fingertips up behind your head. Don't interlock them. Just about the ear level. Elbows out perpendicular to the body, and squeeze the elbows in as you curl. Let your chin drop to your chest. Squeeze those elbows in, letting the shoulders get a chance to expand and separate. Come back up. One more time. Squeeze them together. Roll the chin down to the chest. Come back up. Third time, squeeze them together and come down with your chin. Pulling the elbows together, letting the shoulder blades expand. Come back up. Hands down to your knees again. Let your fingers come to the side. Just touch the floor gently. Drop your left hand down, right arm up, and lean over to the left, opening up the right side. Don't curl your chest in. As a matter of fact, concentrate on opening the chest and just leaning off to the left, opening that right side up. Come back, arms overhead. Drop the right fingers and lean over to the right, opening the chest. Don't cave in on the chest. As a matter of fact, focus on bringing your left shoulder back an inch and opening that chest. Come back up. Drop the left fingers. Lean over to the left. Bring the right elbow up and back. Open the chest. Open the side. Come back up. Last time to the right. Drop the right fingers. Lean over to the right. Come back up. Arms overhead. Hands down. Roll over to all fours. Tabletop. Remember, anytime you're in a neutral tabletop, the shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. We're going to do some rounds of cat and cow. First, push down with your hands, bring up your lumbar, your torso. Let your head and neck slowly drop. Push your shoulders away from the ground. Open up that upper back. Reverse now. Drop your lumbar, torso. Slowly bring your head and neck up into a cow. Start rolling the lumbar up, torso, pushing your shoulders away from the ground. Let your head and neck drop into cat. push them away. Reverse, drop the lumbar. Drop the thoracic spine. Lift your head and neck up. Come into cow. Last time. Push down with your wrists. Roll slowly your lumbar. Thoracic spine. Let your head and neck drop. Don't hold it up. Just the only thing you're doing here is pushing your shoulders away from the ground. Drop everything. Slowly rolling. Let your head and neck be the last thing to come up. And come into a neutral spine. Square up. Just everything gets square. We're going to start opening up the hips. Take your right knee. Come back. Bring your right knee up to your right elbow. Out to the side and fire hydrant. Bring it back and down. Right knee up to the elbow. Fire hydrant to the side. Push it back and down. Right knee to the right elbow. Just rotate to the knee to fire hydrant. Rotate it back and down. Left side. Push your leg back. Right knee or left knee, left elbow. Left fire hydrant. Rotate it to the back and bring it down. Left knee, left elbow. Out to the side fire. Rotate it around. Bring it back and bring it back down. Third time. Left knee, left elbow. Fire hydrant. Rotate in now, back and down. Still in the same position. We're going to switch back over to the right. This time we're going to do everything in reverse. Right knee back up. Just push your foot to the sky. Keep everything square. Rotate to fire hydrant. Right knee, right elbow, and down. Right knee up and back to fire hydrant. Right knee, right elbow, and bring it down. These are just big circles. Last time on the right. Right knee back up. Right knee fire hydrant. Right knee, right elbow, back or front and down. Square up. Left side. Left knee up and back. Fire hydrant. Left elbow. Rotate and down. Left knee up. Left knee to the side. Left elbow. Rotate and down. Last time on the left. Left knee up. Left knee fire hydrant. Left elbow. Rotate back and down. Okay. Let's take from tabletop. Take your right leg and bring it out. Just bring it out straight and let your toes touch the ground. Left arm out in front of you for a bird dog. Your toes are still on the ground. And just bring your toes up a few inches first. Bring it down. Toes up higher, maybe a foot. Bring it down. Legs straight out into bird dog. Push the left fingers away from the right toes. Flex that ankle. Rotate it. Come down. Neutral tabletop. Bring the left leg out straight, toes on the ground, right arm out in front of you. Bring the toes up a few inches, point them, bring it down. Toes up again, point, this time a foot off the ground, bring it down. Last time up on the left here, bring it out straight, full bird dog. Push the right fingers away from the right heel or the left heel. Push them apart and come back down. One more time on the right. Right leg out, left arm out, toes up, come all the way up into a full bird dog. Engage the glutes and bring it down. All fours, neutral. Left leg out, right arm out, bring it up into a full bird dog. Push everything as far away from each other as you can get. Stretch it out, engage, and come back down. It's really a good warm-up for the hips. Now from neutral tabletop, bring the right leg out again, bring it up, and bring your bring your foot up to the right by your right thumb. Make sure your right knee is over your right ankle. Into low lunge. And this, just gently lean forward. You can let your right knee come out over your left or right ankle a little bit. Go straight out in front of you, not to the side. And feel that hip start to open. Come back up. One more time out to the front. Just lean gently into it. Don't jam yourself up. Come up. Bring your hands to the ground, back to neutral tabletop. Left leg out in front of you. Left leg up by your left hand. Come up, hands on the knee, and just gently lean into a low lunge. Just gently lean out, come back up. One more time. Feel that groin open a little bit. Come back up. Come down, hands to the mat, neutral tabletop spine. One more time with the right leg. This time, bring your right foot out on the outside of your right hand. We're going to come down in what is called lizard. Now, for some, you can come down with your elbows to the floor. But the whole idea is not how far you can go down, but how much you can open up your, in this case, right hip. So bring your torso inside your right thigh as much as you're able. And try this, keep your spine straight. Don't curl down so much into the ground. Keep your spine straight. And now focus on walking your fingers out in front of you with a straight spine a little bit more, as opposed to curling. You find a noticeable stretch in the hip. This is okay, coming down with your elbows if you're able to do that, but better yet, if you're able to come down to your elbows with a straight spine farther out in front of you, then I think you're going to find that your hip opens more. Walk your hands back, up, come into a neutral tabletop. Left leg out behind you. Bring your left foot outside your left hand. And again, start to come down as much as you're able, but this time keep your spine straight and walk your hands, shoulders forward with a straight spine as opposed to curling. A little bit more of an opening. Let gravity work in your groin area and just let everything drop down. Feel that opening. Come back up. Come into a neutral tabletop and bring your big toes together and push back into child's pose. Let your head and neck hang. Don't hold those up, just let head and neck hang. Walk your fingers away from the body out in front of you. Let your glutes go as far back as they're able. If you can touch your heels, that's wonderful. Whole idea is open up that lower back, upper back by stretching out, walking your fingers away. Come up into neutral tabletop, curl your toes under, and push back into downward dog. Pedal out the heels slowly. Let the calves stretch out a little bit. From down dog, just bring your right leg up to three-legged dog and bring your right knee up to your right wrist. Inch your left toes further back away from your body. We're coming into pigeon, and you've heard me say that the full expression of pigeon is to have the leg at 90 in front of you. That's never going to happen for me. Just bring your front foot forward as you're able and start to walk your fingers and your hands forward. Don't roll to your right or to your left on your hip. Just let your pelvis drop straight down. Now, if you're able, bring your elbows to the ground. For many, being up on your fingertips is going to be where you're starting from and where you're at for a while. For others who've been doing this and it's stretched out a little bit more, you may be able to come down with your forehead on the floor on the mat. Just take a minute and let your pelvis drop straight down. Again, don't roll. Increase the stretch by moving your back foot further away from the body. Just go ahead and come back up. Walk your fingertips back to your body. Curl your back toes under. And come into a right leg three-legged dog and shake that leg out. Come into downward dog again. Left leg three-legged dog. Left knee up by the left wrist. left foot forward as much as you're able. Push your right toes away. And whatever you did on the right side, go ahead and do on the left. Again, just let gravity take over. Let the pelvis drop straight down. You feel that pin and the glute opening up. Walk your right toes farther away from the body. Come into downward dog. Walk the hands back to the feet. Let everything hang. Head and neck hang. Slide the hands up to the shins, halfway lifted. Forward fold. Roll up into mountain. Hands up overhead. Drop your arms down to a T. Turn your palms up to the sky. Everything straight. Bring your hands up overhead. Forward fold, slight bend in your knees. Much as you're able, start to straighten your knees. Bring your hands up to halfway lifted. Forward fold. Roll up to mountain. Shoulders back, down, palms out in front of you. Arms up overhead. Bring them down into your arms down into a T, turning your palms up. Open your palms straight to the ceiling or the sky. Opening those shoulders again. Bring them back just a little bit. Squeeze the blades together. Arms up overhead. Forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, bend your knees as much as you're able to touch the floor. And now once they're on the floor, start to straighten your legs as much as you're able. Walk your hands out to a high plank. Come down into seated. And I want to show you a variation of pigeon. If you're not comfortable doing pigeon as we first demoed it, roll to your back. Bring your right ankle up over your left knee. Reach down and pull back on your left knee. And you see that this is the same, maybe for me a better expression of pigeon with my right leg. Now just take your right elbow and just push your right thigh away from the body more. Just open up that hip. This is same benefit as the pigeon that we demonstrated before, but for some it might be easier in their joints. Switch. Left knee or left ankle over right knee. Reach down. Elbow, push your left thigh away from the body. Away.
come up into seated where we started. Whatever that comfortable position is, cross leg in front of you, legs out in front. Guys, this is a stretch we should be doing. You can do this as a warm-up, a warm-down, but no matter what you're doing, stretch every day, because it's not going to get better without stretching. So again, thanks for joining me. I'm Kurt Bowman, and this is Yoga for Old Guys.